Hey all brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to the shipyard where we've got another issue of our Enterprise D build to be getting on with. I've got issue 12 all here ready to go. Everything for the first stage is all laid out. We're going to get to work on some stuff with the neck, which we're going to be kind of putting the finishing touches on. So I'm really looking forward to that, along with some more work on the saucer, obviously. But we're also going to be returning to the warp nacelle that we started all the way back in episode 1 of this. So I'm really looking forward to getting on with that and actually making some progress on a different part of the ship. It's going to be nice to have something that's a little bit different. But let's open our little book, find the right page with the instructions. There we go. And to start off, we're going to be making a start on yet another bit of saucer hull. So let me grab all the windows, get all the escape pods done, and we'll just crack on with things. So the windows are all kind of settled in place. They're not fixed in yet because we've got to fix that piece into this gap here. So I've got to find the right lights that are already somewhere like already, and yeah, then try and fix all of this into place. So this is going to be tricky. Okay, so I thought that we were going to be using some of the lights that were already installed in previous stages of assembly. Turns out that's not the case. I'm going to try and tidy some of these up a little bit, if I can. I don't seem to want to play ball, but some lights did come with this stage of the assembly, so these are the ones that we're meant to be using. So that's no problem. I'm just going to get them in the right way around. I mean, I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. Let's flip this back over so I can see what I'm doing. Ugh. And we're in. Almost can't tell which piece I've just put in. It's that one. Yeah, all the windows are nice and flush, so that's fantastic. Loving it. Right, now it wants me to go and check the lights. Which I've lost track of what wires are for what. I don't know anymore. Right, well, that's definitely got some of them. It's saying that I should have plugged in 2 things, but I don't know where the other one is, so who knows. That looks like it could get tightened in and around there a little bit more. That's not quite sitting flush. Not as much as I'd like, so I'm going to have a quick screw around with that. That feels a little bit better. Okay, cool. I can go and put you down for a minute. And now we get to come back to our neck, where we're going to be putting in some more of the little detailing around on the underside, just to hide up some of these screw holes. So we've got much the same as we did last time. Exactly the same sort of pieces, just mirrored. So give me a moment, I'll get all these put in. Well, this is going well. This sticker just doesn't want to stay down. I might have to go at that with some super glue. These are fairly firm. They're quite rigid. There's some sort of like stiff kind of like foil. Maybe if I give that a little bit of a bend and just try and tease it in the right direction, that might work. That might have been a bit much. Whoops. Yeah, that sticker's really not holding at all. It's peeling from both sides now, so I'm going to have to go at that with some slightly stronger adhesive, I think, and maybe try and find some sort of way to try and clamp that in place. Either that, or I'm just going to have to sit here and hold it for I don't know how long, but something tells me it's not going to settle quite as nicely as I'd like. I thought it was sort of holding just from the pressure that I'd given, but then it just did that kind of... And we all know what that noise signifies, so... Okay, cool. I mean, to be fair, the ones that are on the other side have all, like... that's not gone down as smooth as I would have liked on the other side, but... all the other kind of, like, self-adhesive stuff, like all of these transporter emitters and everything, they've gone on fine. Those 2 front bits, those are the problem. But bar that one piece there being a bit dodgy, like that it's just... I don't even know at this point. Like, these are pretty much the only problem pieces with this now. But, you know, they're the finishing touches, bar a couple of bits that we've got to put along here, but they clip in, so they're going to be more structurally sound, as opposed to these weird curved stickers. Which, you know, is certainly an ingenious or an interesting way of handling things, but with something that is such an awkward shape like this, like they just don't fucking hold. So okay, great. That's something else that needs to be fixed. I want to reiterate that the only reason I'm complaining is that I feel like these are things that shouldn't have to be fixed by the people that are putting this thing together. They should have been dealt with, you know, we shouldn't be having to fix all these problems ourselves, is what I'm trying to put forth. But that is that stage done, we can move on to stage 44. So another stage, another bit of saucer plating to go about faffing around with. Let's get all the windows and everything installed for this one, then we can get that onto the frame. So for this one, we are fitting this in here. Right, we're coming around the back end of the saucer now. Okay, that needs to be fitted through here. No, that one. And then going in, just clipping in under this. Sort of. Kind of hard to do at this angle, so I probably shouldn't do it. Right, it took a little while longer than expected to get that on, but it's because like the plate didn't want to clip in underneath the one that's in front of it. So it's tedious kind of back and forth of trying to clip it under and get it to hook on the right place, and we got there in the end. That's the important part. Now we get to take these two pieces and we get to clip them on the edge of the neck. So this is kind of like where it all tapers at the bottom as it goes, and it kind of attaches onto the rest of the engineering hull. But these should just clip into place, covering up all of the remaining screw holes that we've got that were exposed, bar these ones on the bottom. Yeah, that's those are going in quite nicely. And there we go. We're all done. The neck is pretty much finished now. And she's looking good. Wait, look at the bloody torpedo one. You see on my hand, that is awesome. This is going to be so good once it's all finished and completely illuminated. Make sure that this is actually all pressed in and as tight as it can be. But yeah, I'm really happy with this, except for this bit. That's the only bit that I'm displeased with at the moment, just because it won't stick down on either side. Can you hear that? It's coming through, the microphone's picking it up. I don't know, maybe just enough applied pressure will keep those in place. But yeah, they're peeling up at all manner of corners and angles now, but I think we can put the neck off to one side. I don't think we're going to be doing any more with it until we get round to work on the remainder of the star drive section. So pop that over to one side for now. Moving on to stage 45, we've got a lot of stuff to be looking at here. We've got to start off with another bit of saucer section for the outer rim of the saucer. We've got a second big circuit board to go in the saucer as well, and we've got a couple of bits that are for the warp nacelle that we've been working on. We've got these two, which are going to be replacement parts for what we've already installed. There's a changing colour on the running light, along with an opaque warp grill as opposed to a transparent one, translucent, whichever. I can't remember. I keep forgetting which way the terms go around. Translucent's like completely clear, isn't it? I think. Transparent is, and then translucent is one that it's like, it lets light through, but you can't see through it. I'm remembering things. from days past. I'm just going to put my windows in, and I'm going to just shut up. Okay, that piece has now been installed, and our next task is to add in this new bit of circuitry. So I've got to take a couple of screws. I think they're all under here. Yep, those ones. And this circuit board needs to be attached in right in here, I think. Pretty sure that's where it's meant to be going. Yeah, around about there. Okay, now this little wire here needs to be rewired in elsewhere. So I'm going to try and unplug this. Come on, put that in snug. Come on, get out. There we go. And you need to plug it into this part on the new board. And to whereabouts? You've got to go in this end on the older board, like that. Cool. Right, that's that bit sorted. Now we get to start wiring in all this stuff from elsewhere. So I think a lot of this is all parts from It's asking me to wire in a load of stuff that I don't think I've tied up yet. Oh no, it's asking me to time up once I've done the wiring. Okay, alright, that's one side wired in and tidied up. Now we've got to do the same over this side, because it's a bit of a mess. And the other side has now been wired in, wires have been tidied up, and now we're going to get to try something that's going to be just really fun. We get to test the lights for the whole thing. Oh, she's a beauty. I'm turning the lights out for this. I want to see it in its full glory. Is that not fucking fantastic? That looks so good. Oh, all this strife is worth it. Right, I'm going to try to stop jizzing my pants now because we've got to work on the nacelle. What I have to do first is I've got to start taking this apart because we've got to make some changes. Now, I knew these different parts were going to be coming, but I thought they were coming along a long time ago. I thought we'd be getting to replace these bits like much earlier in construction, because they got mentioned, or the whole thing got mentioned fucking ages ago in an email. You were like, oh, we're going to be sending out these replacement parts for the nacelle because we wanted to do things a little bit differently. And it's like, okay, cool. Then nothing. Okay, the changeover of parts is now complete. We've got a red running light on the back of the nacelle instead of blue now, and this has been switched over to the new opaque piece. Now I've got to do is reassemble the whole thing. Right, there we go. The changes have been made. Everything's been reassembled. Now we can start looking at the new stuff, and we've got these pieces here, which are going to be essentially the reflectors for the sides of the warp grill, but this has got to fit in to this piece, like so. And then we put it down and we look at the next stage. So I want to know what all these AM screws were for. These came with the last stage, and I didn't use them for anything. I haven't missed a step, so I don't know. Well, they might have been for the reassembly of the nacelle. That's probably my best guess. But let's get all these pieces out and see what we're doing. I can hazard a guess because I see this and a ton of windows. And you know what that means. New plate is all done and fired up. Let's get it on the saucer and we can have a look at some more of this stuff in the nacelle. We're really working our way around on this. This piece doesn't want to stay flush at the moment. It's mainly because that's where like some of the two different pieces of frame have met up. So there's like just a little bit of give on there. It will sort itself out later on, I'm sure. But yeah, I think we're done with the saucer for now. But bloody hell. Oh, it's looking good. Okay, so now we get to start looking at the nacelle, and we've got to take this warp reflector grill, and that has got to go in to here. It's not particularly secure at the moment, but I think we will be getting to do something about that in coming issues. For now, we get to have a look at our new big old LED strip, because this one's got wires going here, there, and everywhere. So I'm going to carefully unwind all of this, and we can see what in the bloody hell any of this is meant to be. So I think this weird little wonky bugger down at the back end is for the running light. And these are to go somewhere else, I think. Oh no, this I think... yeah, that is designed to go into this little recess here, which is going to be kind of illuminating all of this, I think. Just figuring out how in the hell I'm meant to split this whole thing apart. Like, not in a bad way, I'm not going to destroy it or anything, but I'm confused. Right, so definitely where the wires connect wants to be facing down in this. So, yeah, that wants to come in sort of like this. One of these bulbs wants to come in through here, and it needs to poke into this, I think. There is a little hole in this bit of rubber down here, and I need to get this little bulb that has got to fit into that hole. Now the awkward thing I've got is, for as far down as I can get this to sit inside this part of the nacelle, this bulb down here on the end isn't going to sit into where it's meant to. Like, its little wonky wiring bit just... I mean, the only thing I can think to do is just bend this and just get it to cooperate. I'm going to start screwing this in place so I'm not trying to hold everything down while I'm trying to figure everything out. Okay, I think I've done as admirable a job as I can of that. We'll have to look at it in the coming issues to see where, you know, what other alterations we're going to need to make, and you know, how things are all going to kind of settle into place as the build goes on. But it's nice to be working on something a little bit different. But that's going to do it for issue 12. Issue 12 is the one we've been working on, isn't it? Yeah, I'm losing track at this point. But no, I'm really pleased with where, you know, the kind of progress of this is going, especially having seen the entire saucer so far all lit up in the dark. It is just a sight to behold. That was beautiful. So I'm really excited to see this thing just come together more and more and more. But that will do it for this video, so I'm just going to say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, do check out the playlist on the channel for more Let's Play, you know, well, for Let's Plays, metal covers, more Star Trek related content as well. And yeah, if you're interested in supporting the channel, please do subscribe, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. If you're interested in seeing more kind of like gaming content and some other stuff, I am trying to get back into the swing of things of streaming over on Twitch. So links for all of that sort of stuff will be down below. But otherwise, thank you again for watching this video, and I'll catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off.